3, 2, 1.
In this video of practical tips for rocket engineering, we're going to be talking about some of the elements and components that you may not have considered when doing a test firing. So one of the things that you really want to be wary of is trying to keep things as simple and as straightforward as possible. And even though your particular feed system that you have for your rocket engine might only have 1 or 2 valves, making sure that you've got those valves turning on and off at the right time at the appropriate moment is critical. And you don't want to be doing that manually. So ideally, you want to have some form of automated system, okay, which will control all the valves that you have in the system, and then try and make the whole experience as hands-off as you possibly can. So in the lab that I manage, we have an Airborne Engineering Limited data acquisition system, which controls all of our valves, and it's also the same system which is used by industry primarily at Westcott at the UK Propulsion Testing Facility. So I would very much recommend a system like that. It's very customizable and it allows you to have a lot of granularity over your test regime. Anyway, once you've got your system set up, okay, you want to have a safe arm and fire system. You don't want to have a system where you could accidentally set the ignition system off or the rest of the valves or the propellant flows with just a single interaction with a system. And here you can see our safe arm firing box, where we have our safe key switch, our arming firing switch, and then we've got our start and stop sequences here. So when we're actually ready to do a test fire, it's a single button switch which is protected by 2 additional actions. So here we go. We've got a switch to turn it from safe to armed. We then arm the system, and you can see the lights on. And then if I was to press the green button, it would start the firing sequence, and effectively we're hands off from that. If there's any problems at any stage, it is then a fire. So this is a really good idea because I don't want a single button where somebody accidentally leans on the switch and then sets the whole thing off when you're not ready, and it could lead to a dangerous situation. Also, when you're conducting a test fire, it's really important to have alarms and lights in place where everybody knows what's going on at any time. At the UK Test Propulsion Facility, they have different flags to represent if propellants are on site, if there's a live firing today, or if there's dangerous or hazardous activities occurring. It's very much like you'd see the flag system on ships, on the traditional sailing ships. They also have audio-visual warnings as well. And that's what we use in our lab and facility here as well. So this is our safety system, okay? And when we're ready to do the test fire, we make sure that the extraction system for our rocket lab and test cell is on. All lights are then green, giving us a visual indication that everything is functioning correctly. We can then warn everybody, okay, that there is an imminent test firing about to occur by pressing the sound and light signal. That's now indicating to everybody inside the control room, everybody outside around the building, and also in the test cell that there is some activity going to occur. Once we're in there, we've obviously set up our system ready for fire. We will then come to our safe arm unit. We will turn our key from the safe to the arm position. We will then turn the switch into the armed position, and then we will conduct the firing by pressing the start sequence. So going back to our communications, all hands, we will begin a test fire. Testing in or firing in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, fire. At this stage, the testing will go through its sequence, and we can either wait for that sequence to finish, or we can abort the system early by pressing the stop sequence button. Once that's done, okay, we want to say, and assuming that we've checked that everything is now safe, we will then turn off the audio and visual, and then it is now safe for people to then move in and around the lab. So make visual and audio cues part of your firing and test firing procedures, and make sure that everybody around is fully aware of what those mean. If you've liked this video, then please like and subscribe.